changes?
Nope.
Then they will stand approved as read. Roll call or visitors: Nancy Ferguson, Kathy Myers, Wendy, Paul, Charlie's here, Zach's running IT. Becky. Oh, Peterson. John screwed up. We'll blame it on him.
Sorry.
Okay.
I just saw your Nancy.
Okay, we're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to roll through each claim, give reports so these people can get out, so they don't have to be here all morning. First one I have is County Clerk.
Okay, first one is the Amboy News for $1,506.50. Second one, Amboy News again for $318 even. Next one is for Electronics Inc. for $348 even. Next one is Liberty Systems LLC for $3,000 even. Okay. Next one, Safeguard for $543.35. Next one is to SPM for $474.14. Next one is Quadescent Leasing for $354.99.
I have a total of $6,544.98. Also in the County Clerk,
The Iron Mountain for $97.34.
for a total of $97.34. Kathy, would you like to give your report?
Really don't have too much to report other than my new staff in Vital Records, Penny Skabinski, started the middle of November, and she's working out very well. And then yesterday we had the department head meeting, so you probably know that the building is going to be closing effective Monday. So we will just go back again to how we were in March. Where any requests for birth, death, and marriage records, they will have to do by mail. And then any recording, they'll have to mail in as well. And if they need to apply for a marriage license, they can call the office and make an appointment. So we're just going back to exactly how we were when we closed the first time. So, and that's all I've got.
Kathy. Next claims, we're going to go through the treasurers, starting off with tourism.
First one would be the Lee County Tourism Council for $6,164.25. Get that, Bill?
Could you repeat it, please?
$6,164.25.
Thank you.
And the second one is same amount, City of Dixon, $6,064.25.
For a total of $12,328.50. I then have claims 001 for the Treasurer's Department.
First one is Electronics Inc. for $348 even. Second one is Paper Recovery Service Corp. for $96 even. Sauk Valley Media for $257.40. Small SBM for $34. SBM for $640 even. US Bank for $20.97. Receipts attached. Next one, US Bank for $141.20.
The total of $1,537.57. And the last one for line item 012 in the treasurers,
DevNet for $2,450 even. And to Pitney Bowes Global Financial for $935.13.
for a total of $3,385.13. Paul, do you want to give a report?
We started our new GL, AP, and at the end of this month will be payroll this month in December. Went pretty smooth. We had training last week, so the treasurer's office and Kathy's office and part of the AP were in training last week. Everybody I think did really well. One of the smoother software transitions I've ever really been associated with. I'm sure we'll have some kinks and we'll get used to the system, but we're up and running. Everything's going good. Other than that, along with the building being closed, the office right now doesn't have a lot of foot traffic in terms of public. What we will have is prepayments. A lot of people like to do some tax prepayments before the end of December, use it as an expense. Specifically some of the farming community uses that as their expense for the year. Anything like that with the doors being locked, we will go down, let them in, escort them to the office, and then escort them back out. Other than that, we won't really have a problem with it. That's it.
Thank you, Paul. I don't have any claims for regional office of superintendents. Bob, would you like to give a report?
Sure, but actually we did send some claims in, just 2 of them. They were sent in, I've got a copy of them here, if you want me to read them off.
Were they mailed, emailed?
They were mailed,
We haven't gotten them yet.
and they were emailed also to the, Bill, did you get it? Because it was to the old committee list.
I believe I did, but I haven't got it in front of me now.
Okay, because, we didn't have the new committee list when we emailed them out. So,
Bob, if you'd like to send them to Becky, we'll get them approved at the end of this meeting, but we can go ahead and you can give your report.
Okay.
Beforehand.
all right, real quick, it's quite a lengthy report because our department heads like to brag, so you can look it over. I'll just hit the highlights. We have a digital education engagement committee that we started up, and they're doing a great job with our social presence, Facebook pages. You can read through that. Our office has been asked to present to different board meetings, school board meetings about remote learning. And our advocacy is that it should be in person, face to face if possible. We feel that, and so does the CDC right now, feels that the school buildings are the safest place for the kids. We really don't see a spread because of contact in schools. Our school inspections are going on. We've got 63 out of 73 buildings done, and we've got most of the other ones scheduled. We'd hope to have them done by Thanksgiving, but we had a few blips with closures and maybe a fire inspector that had to be quarantined here or there. So we'll have them done by Christmas. Professional development, we're moving completely virtual. So one of the things you'll see in the bills is that we had to put some blinds in our conference room because the screen that we had set up in case we had a couple of people that wanted to be in a Zoom meeting at the same time. And so we have a setup in there. We needed it darker in there, so we have blinds that we had to get. But the professional development department still, even with what we're going through, had 283 participants last month. You'll see our email from our Center for Change. We have a Student of the Month program. You can see that. You can see some pictures of their Fall Fest. The guy with the hat on with the spats, that's actually me. When you look at that, that's because I'm presenting to the winners. Truant's Alternative Program is working as hard as we can with remote learners. It's really hard with truancy when the kids are remote. They log in, they don't do any work. Do we consider them absent? They're logged in, they're just not doing anything. So it's really working with the court system, and our truancy offices got, usually we have about 400 to 500. We're well over 700 referrals right now. Parents as teachers, first years are the ones that go into the homes to help parents. And of course, they're doing everything virtually. And our education outreach program is one that helps kids with GEDs that have dropped out of school. We have 77 students enrolled, and we had 6 students earn their GED, and 6 previous graduates have secured employment, which is what that's all about. We want them to get their GED, and we help them get a job. We help them work on a resume so they can help pay taxes, which is what we want. So that's all I've got.
Hey, Bob, would
just
you
to let you know, we have Dixon that's full remote, and we have Paw Paw that is full remote, Rochelle Elementary and High School, and then Rock Falls Elementary District 13, and then Kings School District. So we have 4 of our, I think that's 4 or 5 of our 24 school districts are full remote until after the holidays. The rest of them are doing in-person learning yet.
Bob, if you would read off your claims and then get it set to Becky, we can
Sure.
approve them once we get a paper copy.
Okay.
But
Yep, first one we have is for American Water. It's $52.26. And then the other one is the blinds for the conference room, which was $1,972. So a total we have of $2,024.26.
thank you, Bob.
Yep.
And moving on, we have county board claims.
County Board, first one to Lisa Gates is $1,406.25. Lisa's doing the reconciliation of the paperwork for the COVID grants. Sickage LLP for $3,540, no cents. Sickage LLP for $58.50 and no cents. SBM for $126.92. US Bank for $71.65. Receipt attached.
I should have one for Rebecca Brenner. Could have been the second one.
Sorry about that. Got clipped there. Rebecca Brenner, $50.
For a total of $11,044.82. Bob, you want to say anything? Okay, good. Bob Sondergaard, are you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Can you tell us the total amount again?
Sure. $2,024.26. And I just checked with our bookkeeper. She did mail them. She's checking to see who she mailed them to. She's going to email them to Becky again and make sure that you have them. And then she'll send the paper copies again.
Go ahead, John.
The one bill you saw for sickage was $58.50. And about a month ago, I was approached by Jenny Andrews, who is our representative with sickage, who, as all know, provide our HR resources. And we worked out a contract rather than have a lot one month and a little next month for $23,900. That's below our budget, which is what I wanted to get at. We budgeted $24,000 for the last couple of years. Wanted to make sure that was adhered to. So she shot us a figure of 120 hours, which is about what we had used the last 2 years or the last year, for $23,900. It cheapened our hourly rate from $295 an hour to $195 an hour. So it was a real win-win for the county. So just want to make sure that was done. Contract was signed and sent in. So, okay, now.
County Assessor's Office. Go ahead.
County Assessor's Office. First one is to the Sidwell Company for $2,414 even. Second one for Robin Swartz for contractual services for $275 even. DevNet for $2,450 even. Leaf for $225.53. US Bank for $191.12. Receipts attached. Next one is for Quill for $136.52.
I have a total of $5,692.17. Wendy, would you like to give your report?
Good morning. I'm going to cover a couple of those claims. These are some unusual claims that you either haven't seen before or you're seeing once a year. The Sidwell Company, $2,400, that's an annual software product that we use to do parcel splits and mapping changes. Robin Swartz is a legal firm that we have hired to represent us in a property tax appeal board case, a case in which the state's attorney, which would normally represent us, has a conflict of interest. So that's what that's about. DevNet, that is our annual software that we use to push out the tax information to the public. Adobe normally is free. So if you find it odd that we're paying for it, it's because this is the ramped up version that we use to create fillable PDF forms that we push out on the website for individuals, whether it be exemption applications, border review appeal forms and whatnot. The other ones I think were pretty common claims. Quick report, border review concluded, or the appeal deadline was last Friday, December 4th. To date, we have 63 parcels under appeal. Some appeals included multiple parcels. So we probably have something in the neighborhood of about 55 appeals for the year. That's probably a low that we haven't seen in 10 years. So that's the good news. We do have 14 commercial and industrial, some of which are large dollar amounts. Because the deadline only occurred last Friday, haven't had time to do a lot of analysis on those. But if they're greater than $100,000, we need to notify taxing districts of the potential for a greater than $100,000 assessed value reduction. Lastly, we had yesterday, in case all of you were hearing the noise all over the building, we had our sneeze guards and security door installed yesterday in the assessment office. Looks good. Glad to have it beyond us, just in time for the building to close on Monday. But it'll be good for future as well. Speaking of the building closing, our office will do exactly as Kathy said. We're going to go back to what we were doing in March. This is a good time of year for us in terms of the building closing. The foot traffic is relatively small now that we're past that deadline to file an appeal. And our exemption applications probably will not go out until mid-February, and that's another super busy time for us. But right now, this window of time works for us, and we're going to do exactly what the other offices have reported, that if we need to, we will escort people into our office and back out again, but we anticipate not needing to do that very, very often. That's it.
Thank you, Wendy. Moving on, we've got GIS fund.
First one is US Bank for $180.98. That's it.
For a total of $180.98. My next one is for the IT department.
This one claim looks like $26.37.
Total of $26.37. Zach, do you want to give anything?
Chris, can I do on the GIS department?
Absolutely.
Just a quick update. We have had a unbelievable response and cooperation from the maintenance department in doing some renovating and construction to get the GIS department moved back to the two offices, small offices behind my office in the first floor. Those would be the offices that Paula used to collect taxes this past year. And then they're working on renovating a conference room for us. That anticipated move-in date was actually today. However, we've got one staff member that's out on quarantine, so that'll happen fully next week. but it's in the process, and they will be, like I said, by no later than next week, they will be in their new offices, and we will be doing some collaborative cross-training and whatnot, which was our goal.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on for Veterans Assistance.
First one would be to Lee County Transportation Fund for $690.05. Second one is Oliver's Corner Market for $149.54. Lee County Transportation Fund for $218. And the last one would be to Lee County VAC for $142.37.
For a total of $1,199.96. Becky, do you have the claims from Bob, the paper? You have an email on that yet? Okay. We'll approve the claims at the end. We're waiting on one from Bob. So moving on to old business, we have sexual harassment training. They sent out the PowerPoint that is not approved for the sexual harassment training. So I will work with Mr. Nicholson and Mr. Olson on contacting the right people to figure out what trainings we need so we can get it distributed to staff and personnel. New business. Go ahead, Mr. Horstman.
No, I had nothing.
Oh, okay. Moving on to new business, IT administrator hiring committee, working this morning and putting together the hiring committee. The hiring committee will consist of Wendy, Mr. Horstman, Miss Allen, Mr. Gibbler, and Ryan Brime over at the State's Attorney's Office. So Wendy, will you be heading that up for us would you be okay with that? And
Whatever, yeah.
so I guess all five of you, if you can come in contact together, figuring out where you want the job description at and working on the committee for that. Anything for executive? 1 second while we still get Bob's stuff.
Yeah, this is Mr. Gibbler. I don't care to be on that committee.
You do not want to be, okay? We will replace you, Bob.
Could you repeat that list of people on that committee, please?
Yes, absolutely. Wendy, yourself, Danielle Allen, and Ryan Prime. I've got it written right. Just can't read. And we'll be looking for potentially one more.
Thank you.
Jim, do you have any suggestions of who an additional board member would be to advise on that? You can think about it and send me a message as well if you don't have somebody at the top of your head.
Okay, I'll do that.
Copies? Oh, that could be too.
Real quick and check.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't have any recollection of.
Becky has the paper copies from ROE, so as soon as she walks back in, I'll ask for a motion to approve the claims. Yeah, so I actually started a new job yesterday, so I do have a new cell phone number. I sent it to everybody on this committee. It's 779-245-3299. I prefer that easy way. Call me, text me, whatever it may be. That is my preferred way of communication. So I have the claims for ROE. Can I have a motion to pay claims?
I move. Bill Palin.
Bill Palin first,
Second.
second by Danielle Allen. Danielle, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? No executive session? Oh, I got it right there. That was for I got it. Need a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Chris,
Yes, Bill.
Bill Palin here. Would you repeat your phone number, please?
Yes, Bill, it's 779-245-3299.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I move to adjourn.
And a second,
I'll second.
meeting adjourned.